what's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's me, Drea, and this is the Theowlsintuition. If you are new, hit that subscribe and the bell so you get notified every time I post some new content. And if it resonates, shoot me a thumbs up and comment to let me know how or why. I want to say thank you guys for all that y'all do. Thank you for all the likes, shares, subscribes, donations. Thank you for booking readings with me. And if you want to book a reading, my email's in the description, but I will never message you for a reading. So just be careful of scammers, okay? But I appreciate all of you guys and thank you for the love, the patience, and the support. A little accent slipped in there. I don't know what that was, but okay. I am announcing my free reading giveaway, okay? And that is going to be linked in the description, okay? It's going on until the end of March. It's super easy to enter, it's linked, and all you have to do is comment on the video, say I am in, and that's it. You have to be subscribed too, but that's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? Mostly my subscribers will find this, but you know, new people come in, so hi, welcome. Yeah, but what are we talking about today? We are talking about what you need to prioritize in your life right now, okay? What I hear congratulations. Ooh, I'm excited for that. I don't know what that means, but okay. What do we got going on here today? We have 3 piles. We have pile number 1, which is the Star Tarot, or you pick in this Flavor Town sticker, okay? Guy. Alright, and then we also have pile number 2, which is the Astro Matrix Tarot, or this Let's Get this bread sticker right here. And then last but never least, we have pile number 3, which is the Pastel Journey Tarot and the Wanderlust sticker. Hello. I would love for you to focus, you know? I didn't do my autofocus, that's why. But yeah, there's a little wolf and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Take a good look if you can. If it decides, if it doesn't, then you're aggravating me. What is going on here? And it's an arrow. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna leave that alone. Because I don't know what's going on. Maybe you're a little unfocused and that's why you're here. So if you feel unfocused, maybe pile 3 is your pile. So yeah, I love you guys. Okay, let's get into your reading. Bye. Hey, what's up, pile 1? It's me, Drea, and this is the Theowlsintuition. If you are new, hit that little subscribe and the bell so you get notified every time I post new content. And if it resonates, shoot me a thumbs up and comment to let me know how or why. If you want to book a reading, my email's in the description, but I will never message you, so just be careful of scammers, okay? So we're going to get your current energy to see if this is even your pile. If this doesn't resonate, do what you got to do. Watch another pile, watch another reading, watch another reader. Just do what makes you happy, okay? Because you don't have to watch me. Trust and believe, I am an acquired taste and I have accepted that fully, but I know that who's meant to watch me will watch me. And then, you know, whoever's not to will be triggered and watch somebody else. Or you just don't fuck with me and that's it. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't gotta watch me. If you're hate watching me, hey, do you. Thanks for the view, but, you know, it's a little weird. Anyway, not the judgment. Not me passing judgment. Let me stop. Alright, first of all, you need to start cooking at home. Alright, that's a message for somebody. You need to make sure that you are cooking at home. Okay? That is for you. You know who I'm talking to. Okay? You need to stop ordering, okay? I relate, alright? That DoorDash, that Grubhub, that Uber Eats. Okay? Well, let's get into it. And I get it, but like, things will work out, okay? It's really gonna help you. There's something about your nutrition, or you nourishing yourself, okay? Taking the time to, you know, cook yourself a nice meal, eat it slowly, and really just enjoy it. Because when you cook, you can cook, okay? I need you to understand that, alright? You can cook. Pile 1, whoever's in this pile, you can cook. You might not like to cook. I relate, because, you know, you're impatient. That's why you like things fast. You know, you could have Aries in your chart. But whoever is here, you can cook. You got that sauce, okay? Sprinkle it. Pile number 1's current energy. I'm yapping today. Avoid toxic people. You said fuck everybody. Fuck it all. Fuck it all. Someone could be from New York. Okay, expect a call coming in soon. There's something about a call coming in soon. 222, don't worry about it. It's not going to be that crazy. It's not going to be bad. So you're in a period of focusing on yourself and opening up to the journey that you have originally consented to in the future. In the past, I mean. Okay? Like your past self is coming back, like a past self of you that you lost for a little bit. Okay? You may have lost yourself, and it's like you were surrounded by toxic people, people who were not supportive, people who were trying to bring you down on purpose, or who were just distractions, or dealing with their own shit and expecting a savior like you to come through. And it's like you were barely keeping yourself afloat. You know what I'm saying? Like you were struggling through your own shit, but you're over here being a support system. So now you're just like, it's not even just avoiding toxic people. You're just avoiding people in general right now so that you can get connected to yourself again and figure out what the fuck happened and where am I going next? What do I really want? Because you got disconnected. Okay, maybe even your heart chakra was closed or it is closed and it's about to start opening again. There's big emphasis on self-love and you going back out into nature and doing habits that help you, like, you know, cooking your food, eating healthy, spending time with people who are positive, meditation, reading, trying new hobbies, new habits, okay? Doing things that support a healthy lifestyle. Okay? But yeah, you're definitely protected. There is a lot of negative energy being sent to you, but it is blocked, okay? And it is going to be sent back or, you know, transmuted, whichever one that you intended or whichever one you aligned with, okay? Others of you guys, God got you regardless. You know what I'm saying? You didn't even intend anything, but you know that you're protected. So, regardless, at the end of the day, there is things that are trying to block you. That is also why you lost your way, is because you started to find your way and people hated that, okay? You bring out people's insecurities and they did not like the fact that you found yourself and that you're confident and embrace yourself despite your insecurities. So there were people who were sending you envy, evil eye, jealousy, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. And all of it like bubbled up, and that's the only reason why. It's because it was so many, like the masses of people, strangers, okay? You could have heavy 12th house placements in your chart, but you know, yeah, those people are being dealt with, and now it's like you might start to feel lighter, or you're going to start feeling lighter. Trust that this phase happened for a reason, but it was only a season, baby. You about to step into a whole new ball game, okay? So if that resonates, let's get into your reading. Okay, pile 1. What do you need to prioritize right now? We have Flavor Town. Okay, he got flames on his shirt. Okay, someone may want to dye their hair. Okay, but there's something about your hair. So, you know, protecting your head, protecting your crown. My throat chakra almost clogged up right there too. There's something about alignment, okay? Your solar plexus, your sacral, and your throat, okay? There's something about you tapping back into your creativity, speaking your truth again. Sodalite is a good crystal, and also carnelian is coming through as well, and citrine. So there is something about those crystals that you should probably either prioritize or start to use, or using frequencies that are associated with the throat chakra. Lapis lazuli is coming through as well. And the sacral and the solar plexus. Those 3 are coming through immensely, plus the heart, but the heart is always one that you need to focus on regardless of where you're at or what's going on, because the heart is the connector from your upper and lower chakras, okay? That is the center. Okay, but let's see, what else? What you need to prioritize right now, but you maybe need to prioritize your spiritual hygiene and your protection and your prayers, okay? And doing what you can, okay? High vibrational, what is it called? High vibrational habits, okay? High vibrational frequencies and eating high vibrational foods right now. Maybe someone needs to fast. And I also said almost something about gay, okay? But there's something, because gay means happy too, right? You could be gay, but like there's something about happiness coming through, doing things that make you happy. You guys lost yourself and you maybe lost your happiness because you were trying to make everybody else happy. And when you try to make everybody else happy, you don't make yourself happy, you know? Whatever that quote is, but that's coming through. And now it's like that's what you're about to do. So what do you need to prioritize right now? It's time to hustle. You know you're the shit, and a lot of people tried to make you feel like you ain't shit, but that's furthest from the truth, okay? There is something about you prioritizing, making sure that you avoid drama, okay? Maybe not even focusing on love right now, because we have love triangle, okay? Third party, multiple lovers, choices, okay? You could have a lot of people interested in you romantically, but you kind of need to focus on the hustle, okay? Because some of these people aren't meant for you, but you will know the person who is meant for you, okay? There's also something about you giving your flowers to yourself, okay? Nobody else is going to give you your flowers unless you give your flowers to yourself. Acknowledge how far you've come, acknowledge your wins, acknowledge how you have grown, because you have become an amazing person. And yeah, you're going to become better, but like, you are very, very critical, and I relate. Okay, childhood abuse will do that to you. Okay, that voice in your head, that, inner critic. Okay, CPTSD is coming through as well. That shit is, trigger warning. I'm sorry, but it's intense. Okay, you know what I'm saying? And it's not your fault, but it's something that you will continuously learn and deal with. We also have be open to receiving. What you need to prioritize is saying yes. Okay, taking risks as well, because we do have leap of faith. Okay, there's something about you taking risks. The more risks you take, the better the outcomes. Okay, every time that you took risks in your life and you stepped out of your comfort zone, you exceeded your expectations. You quantum leaped every single time. But yeah, there is a big emphasis. And we also have her. She does have a red it's not really a hijab, but it could be hijab. But it just head wrap, right? She has her head wrapped, and that's what I'm talking about. There's something about head wrap, crown protection, okay? Put oils on your head. Maybe you also need to prioritize your hair growth or your hair health again. Maybe you need to start doing hair masks and hair oiling, learning about your hair routine, okay? What's good for you? Do you have high porosity hair and stuff like that? Something about learning about your hair or taking care of your hair. Your hair, okay, is like your spiritual antenna, okay? Avatar, right? They had their hair connected so they could connect to that horse thingy or whatever. I don't know what to call it, but you know what I'm saying? And then they riding that dawn, okay? Someone also needs to prioritize waking up earlier and going to sleep earlier and setting intentions before you go to bed. You know what I'm saying? If you're having trouble sleeping, or if you're waking up randomly before you go to sleep, I set the intention to have a good, nice, deep, restful, rejuvenating sleep that I'm going to sleep all the way through uninterrupted. I'm going to wake up energized, rejuvenated, excited, and grateful, loved. But again, giving yourself your flowers. Give yourself your flowers. She literally has flowers. She's holding a rose. You are absolutely amazing. Okay? You are so stunning. You are so beautiful. Someone could have blue eyes. We have 5 energy coming through as well. There's changes. You need to prioritize making changes in your daily routine, okay? What is it? If you want changes, if you want to see things change in your life, you're going to have to change things in your life. Okay? Yeah, we talk about consistency and having habits and stuff like that, but you got to keep it fresh. You got to keep it funky. Try new things, okay? Keep it fluid, okay? What else? We have hardworking person, fertilization. Yeah, life-sustaining, growth, fearless. You need to be fearless right now, okay? What you need to prioritize is not worrying about the eyes, okay? Watching you, because you do have people, hidden accounts, gossip, watching, stalking, slander, blah, 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 blah. A lot of people are yapping about you, but you need to prioritize avoiding watching that. Don't give a shit about those people. The people who are talking shit about you, the people who are stalking, who are doing it in a negative way, they are not good people, so they are irrelevant, okay? The people who are talking shit about you because you are going towards your dreams, because you are not being held down by the opinions of others, those people are insecure. Those people are being triggered, and you are doing God's I was supposed to say God's will, but you are doing your purpose that God has assigned to you, because that is what you're supposed to do. You are the catalyst. You are the triggerer. You're supposed to align with your highest and best good to inspire those who are not aligned, okay? And yeah, first they get triggered in their ego and, who's this person? They think they're better than me, but then after they start to realize, because they see your results don't lie, okay? But you have to focus on giving yourself self-respect, not looking for instant gratification. That's the furthest thing from the truth right now for you. You need to focus on longevity, okay? You need to focus on becoming the star that you truly are, because your intuition knows that you're meant to be seen. Whoop. Knows that you're meant to be aligned with the masses, seen, viewed. You're going to inspire others and trigger others, but that's what you're supposed to be here for. What is this love triangle, though? What the fuck? We have the Page of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune with the love triangle. Very interesting. We have the Judgment. Yeah, don't worry about people who are worried about your love. Like, oh, you're not dating anyone. Or if you, like, tell somebody, hey, I'm not dating I'm not trying to date anyone right now. Da, da, da. The real ones will respect you, okay? They'll be like, you know what? I'm going to focus on me too. You know what I'm saying? But there could be somebody who's trying to put you in a third party situation. Somebody who, wants their cake They want to have a person and then have you. There's somebody who's still stuck on you, and what you need to prioritize is letting that person go and letting that person just do what they gotta do, okay? Because there's something about you knowing that this person is either not single, or what you need to prioritize is just you being single, okay? We're not gonna be fools. We're not falling for the same exes. If your ex comes back around, the situation comes back around, somebody who chose somebody else over you comes back around, you need to prioritize letting that shit fall away, because that will just block your blessings, and you all already know that, okay? Be open to receiving. But yeah, I guess that's relevant because maybe you've always craved like love, and you want love, but right now love is not meant for you right now. Right now you need to prioritize self-love and being open to receiving love in expected and unexpected ways, but not from these people who just want to, yeah, the players and the people who are just kind of just not aligned with you. They're going to be coming through, and what you need to prioritize is just making healthier choices. Okay? Self-discipline is a form of self-love, is coming through with the Seven of Pentacles, okay? Being open to receiving love for the seeds that you have planted, okay? It's giving like you grew the biggest pumpkin in the harvest, right? And you won the show, and you're like, oh, it's no big deal, it's okay. Well, look at, they got that second place. It's almost no, bitch, you won. You are number one. Accept that. He was number one, okay? But you do need to prioritize juggling, okay? Doing things that are gonna, putting in the work, hustling, okay? And being open to receiving those fruits, okay? Charge more for your shit, okay? Charge your worth, okay? Some of y'all, you're not charging enough for the services that you provide, okay? Sometimes, like, you don't see example, like Rolls Royce doesn't have commercials, and yet it's still making a lot of money because they charge a lot. You don't see just people who just don't have a lot of money paying for Rolls Royces. You're the Rolls Royce, okay? That's what I mean. Whatever that means. Hardworking person. Yeah, what you need to focus on is kind of understanding that there are plenty of fish in the sea, and right now you don't even need to look at those fishes. Just keep swimming, because you have a lot of success coming to you right now, and a lot of distractions coming to you. A lot of people want to offer their cup of love, and this is friendship too, etc., etc. A lot of people seeking you out because of your growth, because of what you could provide, because of your status, because of the growth, okay? There's something about you growing exponentially, okay? And now people who judged you harshly want to come in, so you need to go hermit. You need to isolate yourself. That's what you need to focus on right now, is kind of just telling people, hey, I'm hermit mode right now. I just gotta do me right now. Hey, good to hear from you. You know what I'm saying? I don't have time right now in my schedule, but maybe we can reconnect somewhere down the line. I'll reach out to you when I'm free, that kind of stuff. Like, don't be afraid to say no, and prioritizing yourself right now is the main thing that you need to prioritize, is yourself, okay? So that's what we're gonna call it, pile one. I love you. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day, night, or whatever, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hey, what's going on, pile 2? It's me, Drea, and this is the Theowlsintuition. If you picked this Let's Get This Bread sticker, let's get into your reading. You got money coming in. Oh, baby, you got money coming in. Random money. Some of y'all have a lottery ticket you need to cash in. Or you're gonna win a lottery ticket. I don't know what that is about. Okay, maybe you have a lottery ticket that you already won. You need to get that cash and use that money that you won from that to buy another one, and there's something you might win. Okay, random. If you're new, hit that subscribe and the bell so you get notified every single time I post new content. And if it resonates, shoot me a thumbs up and comment to let me know how or why. And if you want to book a reading, my email's in the description, but I will never message you for a reading, so just be careful of scammers. All right, very interesting. Let's just see your current energy before I even get into anything. Let's pile 2's current energy. Escape materialism. Okay, grounding. I'm hearing grounding. It's time for you to shift your focus away from the material and focus on your inner reality, okay? F being nice, okay? When you're trying to be nice and please everybody, again, similar to another pile, you ain't gonna Please yourself, okay? And again, not everyone deserves your kindness, because some people think kindness is weakness, okay? So you gotta step those boundaries up. And then they're like, oh, this person's a bitch, or why are you being mean to me? What do you mean? What do you mean? I don't have to be kind to you. I don't have to be nice to you. I'm just a kind person until somebody gives me a reason not to be. Don't disrespect me. And I'm not gonna be open to just everybody all willy-nilly spreading my shit around, okay? Fuck out of here. And that's the shit you need to be on. But yeah, someone needs to go to the beach, go by the water, pond, ocean, wherever you're out, or a spiritual bath is coming through as well, but get into nature, okay? Spring is here where I'm at in the northern hemisphere, where it started, we're in the spring equinox, the new year, happy new year, baby. So it's like things are thawing and things are growing, and that's what's about to happen for you. Okay. You were in a freezer. Okay, some of y'all were actually like someone put you in a freezer, right? So you were trying to like, you know what I'm saying? But for those of you who don't resonate with that, you were just blocked. You were stagnant. You were stuck for a little bit, and it's like you were kind of connected to the flow of you are very connected to Mother Earth, Mother Gaia. You're very grounded, you're very stable, you're very secure. And I feel like there's an emphasis. We got a horn going on out there. Something's going on. Something's trying to get your attention. Okay, but this is also a call to be mindful of distractions. Because I just forgot what I was originally talking about. Anyway, at the end of the day, there is a need for grounding, getting out of your head and into your heart. Stop worrying about the future right now and kind of just focus on yourself, okay? Keeping your mouth in check too, okay? I'm not saying, like, think before you speak and think before you act, okay? Be rational right now. Do not be impulsive, because you will do something repulsive. Understand me, okay? Do not be impulsive, 333, or you will do something repulsive. All right, some of y'all, you need to change your number, okay? Because I'm being drawn to the fact that I got a call in pile 1, and then the call is somebody who's not even in the same country as me, which is shout out to technology, because I don't know how they found my number, right? But they wanted in contact with my dad, but like someone needs to, like, I'm like, damn, what the fuck? Like, but I also have had the same number for years, and it's time for me to change my number so that, like, we start fresh. But I was like, okay, the fuck? But also, maybe my number's somewhere anyway, I don't know. I digress. Yeah, what else were you talking about? Why am I so, like, scatterbrained? Something's going on, Yeah, big emphasis on, if you ground right now, you'll be able to focus on what you need to do. Right? But there's a big emphasis on focusing on your inner reality, because that will reflect on your outer reality. Ask yourself how you feel. Feel your feelings and see how your body feels right now. Oh, I was talking about Mother Earth, how you're connected to Mother Earth and Mother Gaia, right? You are in tune with it so much that you may even feel like you get seasonal depression and shit, but in reality, it's not seasonal depression. You are just meant to hibernate. You are meant to, kind of relax and rest. But the way that society is we're not meant to do that. We are not in the same timeline as Mother Earth. So, like, hustle, right? But no, the winter is like, you're supposed to rest, recuperate, start planning, decluttering, getting rid of what you got to, and then focusing on what's next, but you have a lot to look forward to, a lot of changes coming in. You're going to be getting out of this stagnant energy. You were supposed to be in that stagnant energy because you were supposed to rest, but you felt guilty because you felt like you had a lot of shit to do, when in reality, if you rested and then you started to do your shit, it'll be easy, you know what I'm saying? You would have that energy, you would have, like, unthawed, okay? Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking. Let's get into your other reading. I mean, your reading. Okay. What do you need to prioritize okay. What do you need to prioritize right now? Okay. What you need to prioritize is avoiding carbs. No, I'm just kidding. But avoiding, like, high sugary foods, okay? Like white bread and shit like that. There's something about maybe making, I was supposed to say making your food from scratch, but there's something about providing, again, more nutrition, similar to another pile. If you came from that pile, you already know. But either way, prioritize your nutrition and prioritize your money, okay? When I say, what are you going to do with the money? It's not about just making money, because you got to make your money work for you. What are you going to invest into that's going to give you a high return, okay? What can you create that will constantly, continuously be a passive source of income? That's one thing that you need to establish, is something that will, and even, like, if you're not there yet, what you need to focus on is building enough capital for yourself, okay? Yeah, we're meant to borrow money, etc., because that will help you because, don't spend your own money. But sometimes you got to spend your own money in the beginning until you get to that point where it's like you can use investors or get capital from the banks and loans and stuff like that. But, right, you have a lot of shit that you're meant to do. And one thing for sure is you're meant to make a lot of money in this life. You're meant to make a lot of money, all right? But let's get into what else do you need to prioritize? Okay. We have always partying. In the reverse. I'm gonna take it. So someone needs to prioritize, yeah. And we have creeping. I don't know why I don't want to put them in reverse, but I'm acknowledging the fact that they are in reverse. Okay. So we have creeping. Yeah, stop doubting your intuition. What you need to prioritize is really listening to your intuition, okay? What you need to prioritize is stop worrying about other people's energy, stop creeping on everybody, and, letting go of grudges, okay? If you're the type of person who goes, like, say you have someone blocked, but you unblock them to see, like, creep on their shit to see if they're talking about you, or if you're worried about who's creeping on you, fuck that. Block them and then let it go, you know what I'm saying? If they make another account, you'll find it if you're meant to, you know what I'm saying? But don't worry about that. Some of you guys, you need to be mindful of what you're indulging in. You're overindulging in something. It doesn't have to be partying or drinking. It could be Netflix. It could be binge eating. It could be distracting yourself. It could be procrastinating. It could be doing unhealthy habits that, it could be anything. It could be sex. It could be, seeking attention and validation from outside circumstances. But there's something that you are overdoing that you need to balance, okay? Balance is something that you need to prioritize. But you could be holding a grudge. Okay, or you're holding on to things in your past and you keep reliving those same things over and over again, which means you're feeling those feelings over and over again, which means you're going to attract and align with those things that you want to avoid, but you keep thinking about over and over again, so it's going to happen again. Because what you focus on grows, right? Pretty much what you focus on grows. Where your attention goes, energy flows, and if you keep putting your attention on the past, you're gonna keep reliving the past. Same day, different type, different shit, right? But yeah. Stormy, look at this. You need to prioritize your emotions. You need to prioritize crying and letting it go and breaking the chains from the, oh my god, emotional baggage! You got emotional baggage from the emotional damage, and I feel like you haven't healed it properly. Like, you may have felt it and cried, but if you're still reminiscing, ruminating, still thinking about who hurt you and shit like that, you're gonna attract more people and more situations that will hurt you in that same way. You know how it is if you don't heal from your inner child wounds, that you'll manifest that narcissistic parent in your relationships, friendships, co-workers, bosses. I speak from experience. I've literally seen it, and it's like, sometimes you have to forgive all those people who hurt you, not for them. It's for you. Okay? I know people are like, oh, you have to forgive. For me, forgiveness is all about me. I don't forgive people for anyone else. I'm not forgiving people for them. I'm forgiving them for me. So I can let go of it and move on with my life. You know what I'm saying? But some people are like, no, I'll never forgive them. Because they're mad at that person. But it's like you're holding on to poison. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I'm not saying that you need to forgive them for them, but it's for you. You love yourself enough to let go of all that shit. Stop holding on to that poison. Whew, that's intense. Oh my god. But yeah, you need to prioritize, like, accepting your darkness, feeling that shit, and letting it go, okay? Some of you guys, you have weird things that you're into, or weird things, and you judge yourself harshly because a lot of people wouldn't get it, or a lot of people are not into that shit. Fuck them. You'll be around people who will. Okay? Embrace yourself and love yourself for who you are. For who you are. Oh, we have family unity. Yeah, it could be emotional, inner child wounds are blocking you. Inner child wounds are blocking you from your success, right? But you have success that's coming in. But what you need to prioritize is your work, okay? But staying balanced. Giving yourself that recognition. Saying that I'm proud of you. I love you. You're doing great. Keep going. Don't give up. You are always supported. You are loved. I love you, okay? I forgive you. Forgive yourself too. 555. But yeah, roll with the punches. Understand that you didn't have an easy childhood. You didn't have an easy adolescence. You didn't have an easy life. And things were stacked against you purposely. And it was all bullshit. You had to deal with the storms. You had to deal with the drama. You tried to drown your sorrows and get distracted by either making money, partying, sex, or just, overindulging in things. But now it's like, you went through that. Now you went through the realizations, and now it's time for you to just accept and release and forgive. Okay. What you need to prioritize is moving. Okay. What you need to prioritize is if you are still near people who are like, let's say you're in your hometown and stuff like that. Some of y'all, you need to prioritize. I heard an escape plan, a getaway. Okay. If you're still living with fam and shit like that, I get it. Times are tough, but you need to prioritize getting that money, getting that bread, so you can get away from these distractions and get away from these stormy ass energies, because you're around, when you live in, and I get it, because relate, you know what I'm saying? But when you're around those things, it's hard for you to heal and let go, because you'll always continuously be triggered. And some of y'all, you need to go no contact with certain people. Whew, like your parentals and stuff, or the people who, kind of hold you, let's say you every year you chill with your old high school buddies and shit like that, but every time it's like they haven't changed and they're still on the same time, but you love them unconditionally. It's time for you to let them go, whoever that is. There's somebody you need to let go of, okay? Or it's you need to distance yourself from these passive aggressive people, okay? And roll with the punches. These people are saying shit to you. Ask them questions. What you need to prioritize is speaking up when people slight you, okay? Being like, what do you mean by that? Or why did you just say that? Or I am dumb? You think I'm stupid? Like, you know what I'm saying? Question these people and see how they react. Are they going to double down on what they said and stand on business and expose their hand? Or are they going to start to retract and apologize? And either way, whatever they do, acknowledge what they did, acknowledge the attack. And you know what I'm saying? If it happens so many times, it's got to stop, okay? And I'm not talking about people who are, blunt and shit and they say things and it, miscommunications is a very common thing, especially in Mercury retrograde. It's in Aries right now, so it's like she could be popping off at the mouth and people might not say what they mean or mean what they say. And there could be confusion and stuff. So communication is something you need to prioritize. Communicating clearly, asking yourself, am I communicating through my heart or my head, right? Am I really expressing myself in a way that is understandable, is digestible? Am I saying what I mean and am I meaning what I say? Okay? And asking questions when people are saying things to you. Don't just go and let it go and then ruminate it on it after. Be like, what do you mean by that? Okay? Or express yourself. If someone said something, hey, I didn't really like what you said. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. We don't want to ruffle feathers, but understand that maybe they didn't understand that that's how they said it. You know what I'm saying? Because I be saying things certain ways and I'm like, oh yeah, I should have delivered that a lot better. You know what I'm saying? What's this creeping? And always partying. Communication, Page of Wands. We have the Page of Wands again in the first section. Interesting energy. Yeah, so what you need to prioritize is getting outside, traveling, again, communication, but also some of y'all, you have a communicative venture, okay? Whether it's something written, okay? Maybe it's a social media platform, maybe it's a blog, maybe it's a website, maybe it's an app. Whatever it is, you need to prioritize focusing your energy and harnessing your energy on that. You have a talent and a gift that you need to focus on. Also, you have a talent and a gift with words. You could be talented creatively, which is, the same thing, but you could have multiple talents, but you need to focus on one talent and building that up right now, so it gets to the point where it's like, okay, now I have the wiggle room or the leg room to pivot, okay? But right now you need to give most of your energy, with the Six of Pentacles at the back of the deck, most of your energy and time to that venture, okay? Communicate your boundaries to others, communicate to others and tell them, hey, right now I'm building something, or hey, right now I don't have time, okay? Emperor with the stormy. Emperor with the stormy, Nine of Swords. You need to be disciplined about your healing work, okay? I like to do self-love Sundays, but also what is it called? shadow work Sundays, because you got to do shadow work with the self-love. You can't just go in the depths of the storm and not take care of yourself after, or else you're going to live in this 9 of swords, and this, what you want is this 3 of swords in the reverse. You know what I'm saying? What you want is that healing energy, but you're not, because you're just going to be ruminating, and then you're going to move forward and not even like give yourself the love, which will make you feel like you're worthless or make you feel not good. Kangaroo? Yeah. Look at this. 5 of swords in the reverse. And then the 6 of swords. Some of y'all, you need to move. Home away from home. Okay? You need to move. Because if not, you'll continue to, overgive and overexert yourself. Yeah, look at this. 4 of wands in the reverse. Your environment is blocking your creative flow and blocking your success, making things harder and giving you burdens that you're not even meant to be carrying. So you are meant to move, and don't worry about how. Okay? Again, focus on getting the money and saving. Okay? Working on your ventures, building up your self-sufficiency, building up your independence, staying disciplined, okay, avoiding distractions, and getting your emotions in check so that you are responsive and not reactive, so that you can really consciously create, and then new opportunities will flow. Okay, keeping your vibration high right now and ending the things that you know are blocking you, okay, things that you've been saying and putting off for a while. Like, yeah, I'm going to give up junk food, or I'm going to change my eating habits. I'm going to change my sleeping habits. I'm going to start going to the gym. That shit that you have been putting off, I relate, baby. I relate. I get it, right there with you. You got to start doing it, okay? And that's when you will quantum leap. But that's where we're going to call it my beautiful pile number 2. Intense. Good for you, though. You got a lot good coming, but you got to do this, okay? So, yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye. Hey, what's up, Pal 3? Last but never least, it's me, Drea. You picked the Wanderlust. Okay? You could have high sexual energy. You could be celibate, but still be a very sexual person. You could have healing energy. And you could be a business owner or a entrepreneur, boss, or content creator, influencer. Don't know why that's coming through, but it is, okay? You are meant to travel, and you are meant to be a lone wolf, and you will succeed, okay? But you have to focus on the target in order to achieve it, right? So, if you're new, hit that little subscribe and the bell so you get notified every single time I post new content, and if it resonates, shoot me a thumbs up and a comment to let me know how or why. If you would like to book a reading, my email's in the description, but I'll never message you for a reading, so just be careful of scammers. We are going to get your current energy to see if this is even your pile. If this doesn't resonate, do what you gotta do. Watch another pile, watch another reading, watch another reader. It's your life. You ain't gotta be here. I'm an acquired taste, okay? Let's get into it. What is pile number 3's current energy? Oh, I see. You're ending something because you love yourself enough, okay? You have understood, you empathized with your past self, okay? This feels like a continuance of piles 1 and 2 in regards to kind of you letting go of the past. And you're not judging yourself anymore. I feel like you guys are, because everyone's in a different timeline, right? Regardless of like what you watch and stuff, or like what pile you picked and stuff, especially if you watched all 3 piles and stuff, you'll know exactly where you're at. It could be for different stages in your life, right? But moral of the story is that you accept your past, you understand why you were doing the things that you were doing that were self-sabotaging you and blocking you, whether it was drinking too much, overeating, or whatever else it was that wasn't serving you, having people in your life. You're killing it off. It's done. It's over. It's leaving your life. And now it's like, you understand, okay, well, yeah, that person served their purpose in my life. You know what I'm saying? Or that habit got me through that situation. This and that, whatever it is. You understand why it happened, or everything's about to start making sense to you soon if you have not already come to this epiphany. But there is a perspective that is changing in your life. And this perspective is in regards to what needs to come in now that you're making room for what, now that you've made room because you let go of what no longer serves you. What is going to replace that? Because if you don't fill that void, if you don't fill that hole that you created, okay, fill that with something better, the same thing. It's like you'll patch it back up with the same thing, okay? It's like you know you need a new tire, right? So you patch it up, you did fix a flat, or you put a little patch in that bitch, and it's like you keep putting air in, it keeps deflating, but it's time for a new tire. You know what I'm saying? Are you gonna put like a tire that still has a patch, or are you gonna keep filling that air up? You know what I'm saying? Keep doing the same shit, or are you gonna get that new tire that you need? So that's what you're doing right now. It's like you're at that phase where it's like you're going to get that new tire, but you need to prioritize a tire that is good, a tire that is strong, and making sure it's gonna hold down. You got to pay that little extra money. You know what I'm saying? And what that means for me is like doing the things that you don't want to do now so that you can live a good life. Okay. It's like right now, you need to prioritize certain things and habits that are good for you so that you can really raise your vibration and quantum leap into your best and highest reality. And that involves you kind of integrating these new habits. And yes, it's going to be challenging. Yes, you're going to want to dip back in and stuff like that. You may have already started to dip back in, but you will bounce back. Don't beat yourself up. And that's what I love about this, because I feel like you're not judging yourself. You know what? I had a slip up. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I learned my lesson, and you move on. Instead of beating yourself up, you're not critical anymore. Okay? So if that resonates, let's get into your reading. Yeah, with the Wanderlust, you definitely need to prioritize going out, getting into nature, doing things in regards to travel, self-exploration. And I do feel it's lone wolfing it, or doing things by yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's the best course of action for you right now, is to kind of stand in your independence and really, really thrive and build up a sturdy foundation with yourself. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what else you need to prioritize right now. Fishing for comments. Very interesting. So with this, right, what you need to prioritize is avoiding people who are monitoring spirits, okay? Avoiding shallow conversations, avoiding people who are just fishing for information, okay? People who are strategic. We also have scarcity tactics with this chessboard, okay? People who force their ideas or are forcing you to feel some type of way. If people are trying to force you to feel or do anything, you need to avoid that. So prioritize avoiding people who are in that kind of mentality, or who are stuck in a scarcity mindset, because you are the sum of the 5 people that you surround yourself with. You need to make sure that you prioritize building a steady and stable, solid group around you. You need a solid people. You need a solid team. You need a community that is like-minded, that is, it's like you want to surround yourself around people who have more than you so that you can learn more. Okay. I'm getting that like you're the big fish in the small pond that you outgrew, and it's time for you to go somewhere else. Okay. But what you need to prioritize is kind of catching yourself when you think scarcity thoughts, when you get into a lack mindset or a judgmental mindset, or you jump to conclusions. Okay. What you need to prioritize right now is stop jumping to conclusions. Okay. Stop making assumptions with this fishing for comments, right? It's like you're fishing for things, you're saying things to trigger people or to get something out of people. Just say what you mean. Again, similar to another pile, just be like, ask them. Don't be like, hey, still like just I hate that shit when people beat around the bush. Not that I hate it, okay? It is what it is. We've all done it before. But like, and I get it, because sometimes people are genuinely not beating around the bush. Don't get me wrong, okay? But some people really genuinely will beat around the bush. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not about like, it's not somebody who's like not knowing or not sure or indecisive. It's somebody who knows that they don't want to do something, but they don't know how to say it. So they're kind of like trying to drop hints and shit, you know? Because I've seen that, and like, I get it. But also, I've been the person who kind of wasn't sure about certain things, indecisive, and it might have looked like I was beating around the bush, but I really wasn't sure, because I want to be sure before I do something. So I'm not saying, be impulsive, but I am saying, don't beat around the bush and just kind of say it or do it, nip it in the butt kind of energy. We have on fire. All right, what you need to prioritize is getting your body moving, dancing, creativity, okay? Doing fun things. Look at legs. Movement, movement, movement. Claim your energy. You need to prioritize calling your energy back. Okay, if you are a fire sign, doing candle magic definitely could work for you. We have 4-4. Okay, and 2-2-2 coming through as well. But there is a big emphasis. Ooh, bless me. Counting your blessings. So what you need to prioritize right now is gratitude and doing things that light that fire inside of you, doing things that inspire you, trying new things, tapping into that inner child energy, fire. Okay, Aries is a fire sign, focusing on yourself, right? First house energy. We also have fifth house energy, romance, creativity, love. Okay, and this could be self-love too. You don't need to focus on, but this also gives like connections, right? Then we have ninth house energy, that exploration, right? Expansion, Sagittarius energy. That's what I'm getting. It's just like stepping into that fire placement, okay? Being that person who is like, this is the way I am, this is who I am, being bold, being honest, being blunt, but being tactful, okay? I'm not being reckless out here, but 444. What I am saying is do what lights your heart on fire. Okay? Do what lights your heart on fire every day if you can. And you will get to this, okay? Maybe you guys used to work on something consistently because you loved it and then it kind of got like, you lost the purpose or you lost yourself because you were looking for outside validation instead of realizing why you started to do it in the first place. If you focus on that fire, it doesn't matter what the outcome is. You won't have expectations because you did it because you love it. So it's like you'll get those expectations like you will get the results regardless, but it's not going to hurt you regardless of what results you get. Like if you expected something and then you got less than, it wouldn't matter because you didn't care about that, You were just like, I was just doing this for fun, or like I was doing this cuz I love it, okay? Yeah. We have clout. So what you need to prioritize is saving, being patient, being persistent, and kind of looking for solutions instead of problems. Right now, you need to shift your mindset instead of focusing on, what's on fire in your life. Focus on, think about the things that you have been complaining about lately, okay? Being aware of those comments that you're saying, being aware of those negative thoughts, right? Okay, well, I'm complaining about this, I'm complaining about that. Instead of complaining, okay, you already did, all right? Forgive yourself, give yourself grace, don't judge yourself, be like, okay, I've been complaining about this a lot. So, what can I do? And that's when you do your research. You know what I'm saying? I'm also being guided to tell you to get a notebook and write down your goals and write down what you want. And then, on each page of that, write down the goal that you want and then write down the steps that you would have to take in order to achieve that. And then you can pick a page each day in regards to, okay, what's the next step that I'm going to do? Okay, shuffle it. Be like, okay, we're on page 3. And page 3 is for hair growth, right? So page 3, the third dot, okay, I need to get supplements for my hair growth, or I need to start oiling my hair, get some rosemary, whatever, okay? But that's the kind of vibe that I'm getting. So it's like, you need to do something in regards to kind of figuring out your roadmap. Okay, what goals do you really want? Okay, the big audacious goals and just the regular ones just in your day-to-day. Okay, what do you want to create for your life? And then what do you want to create just for tomorrow? Like, right now, like, what do you want? How do you want to feel? The thing is like we have goals too, but everyone focuses on the material goals, but we always forget to focus on the spiritual, emotional, and energetic goals as well. Like I want to feel happy, I want to feel energized, I want to feel peaceful, I want to have a clear mind, I want to be able to sleep. You know what I'm saying? I want to be healthy. I want like this, I want that. What else? Not just like money, fame, fortune, da 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 da. It's deeper than that. And what do you really want? I want to have my own home. I want to, be able to go into nature every day. I want a pet. I want unconditional love. I want to love myself. Like that kind of vibe. That's what you need to prioritize. What do you really want? What do you really want? You need to ask yourself and sit down in nature or in your room by yourself, okay? And then just write. What do you really want? No, unbiased, not worried about what everyone else wants for you. What do you really want? And then you're going to make it happen. Fishing for comments? Princess of Pentacles. Very interesting. Yeah. When you start focusing on these comments, or like, let's say you're a content creator, right? Because I think I mentioned that with you guys. I'm not sure. Yeah, that was pal too. But let's say you're a content creator, right? And you're getting bad comments and shit like that. If you focus on these, you're gonna block the opportunities, okay? Because what you focus on grows. If you keep focusing on the negative things instead of just blocking them or ignoring them, that's what they want, okay? Understand that if someone's saying something negative to you, it's because they're at a lower vibration than you and they want to bring you down, okay? Because even if you have something that will help this person, you can say it in a way that is less, that's not rude. Like, people can give criticism and constructive criticism and not be a dick, okay? You understand? But there's people out there who do shit on purpose, who say things that really don't need to be said. If you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all, right? Do we forget about that? Or is that just like something that, I don't know, on fire? We have 7 of Cups. What are your dreams? Think about your dreams again. There's big emphasis on goals and dreams. I forgot to even mention about this, okay? This is moving in silence energy, okay? Hidden, invisible. Save for a rainy day. Focus on saving, your protection, okay? Getting curious about what you want, but use caution when it comes to people fishing for comments. Oh, what are you working on? What are you doing? What do you want to accomplish? No. I'm sorry. Okay? But there's a big emphasis on, thinking about your dreams again and getting fired up. Don't be sad, okay? Like, oh, I never accomplished this, or I didn't do that, or I didn't do that. Fuck the past. Fuck the past. Don't feel regret, okay? And you can keep trying. Understand that big goals, they take a little longer sometimes, and it's okay. Okay? But what do we have? Coat. The High Priestess. Yeah. Keep your shit hidden. Literally, keep your shit hidden. Move in silence, okay? Move in silence and only tell those who you really trust. But right now, you need to be in hermit and you need to emotionally regulate yourself and just kind of focus on your emotional intelligence. Okay? Feeling your feelings. All right, don't focus on the relationships that are not in your life. Don't focus on people fishing for comments or people bringing things up about your past or whatever it is. You already did that. Someone needs to focus on doing a cord cutting and energy healing. Maybe someone needs a Reiki session, or you need to do Reiki on yourself if you do Reiki. Okay, someone's also meant to focus on their Reiki certification as well. Okay, there's big emphasis on focusing on your goals. Focusing on your goals, taking a step back after you figure out what it is that you really want, and then taking a step towards those goals every day. Okay, because that will light the fire and it will build up momentum and you will be successful very quickly. Right now is not the time to celebrate and go tell everybody and, you know what I'm saying, go spending time with all your friends and stuff. You need to focus on you, and the real ones will understand. I always say this, the real people will understand and they will let you do you, and then when you're ready to come back, you'll do that. But right now, it's a journey of self with that wanderlust. Wander, by yourself. Lone wolf it, okay? Because you're the star. You're going to shine. But right now, you need to take life slow, but you need to take the steps that are necessary, okay? The Compound Effect is a book you might need to read as well, but that's what we're going to call it, my beautiful pile number 3s. I love you. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day, night, or whatever. And I'll see you next time. Bye.